Should you stay or should you go? Should you leave your marriage or your relationship? Or should you stay and hope that it changes? Secretly feeling like you're compromising yourself and maybe you've made a bad decision and you're staying out of fear. The other option isn't quite that enticing either. Leave and then hope that you don't regret the decision for the rest of your life, walking away from something so significant. So if you're in the situation right now and asking this question, I know that you may have been here for months, you may have been here for a year or two at this point, and it's a really difficult place to be. So my aim in this video is to point in a direction that you may have overlooked so that you can start to create more freedom around this question and begin to elevate your awareness of the circumstance that you're in so that you can find more power, more clarity, and be able to really make a decision that's aligned with your highest self. What I often see happen in relationships with the coaching clients that I work with is there's a period where everything is going well in the relationship. Typically in the beginning, we go through the honeymoon phase, we're falling in love with different fantasies that we're projecting onto the person, and then we move into this phase of disenchantment where we are coming to touch with the person's wounds, the ways where they're not healed, the places where they still need to grow. And we really have to lean into the practice of loving them. What can happen during this period over the course of months and years is we end up slowly compromising ourselves, maybe slowly betraying ourselves to stay in the relationship. Maybe we have an aversion to conflict, so we stop speaking our truth. Maybe we're afraid of rocking the boat, and so we hold back and we withhold what we need. We withhold our voice. We stop revealing our real authentic reaction. Maybe we stop doing things that ultimately make us happy because we just don't want to deal with the consequences of the conversation that might ensue from us being ourselves, which happens in relationships, right? We've got two people that have different value sets typically coming together and learning how to share those values and be with each other and negotiate in ways that ultimately, hopefully, make each other better people. But that doesn't always happen. Sometimes people find themselves in a relationship where they've compromised themselves to be in that relationship and to keep it alive. Here's the distinction that I want to make though. We often use our intimate partner as the fall guy for our own personal dissatisfaction. We often blame our intimate partner for the internal feelings that we are generating within us. And so the most logical conclusion when we're doing that is, I need to break up with this person in order to come back to me. I need to break up with this person in order to come back into alignment. But what I believe is more true is we've constructed a box. We've constructed a way of being in the relationship that we think is acceptable, that we think is lovable, that we think we need to be in order to keep the relationship alive. And we come to a point where we realize we can't be in that box anymore and actually be happy. We can't be in that box anymore and be attracted to them or be alive. And so when we're thinking about breaking up, what we're really wanting to break up with is that box that we've created, that prison that we've confined ourselves in that relationship. Do we need to break up with that person in order to destroy that box? Well, that is one way of doing it. We can break up with that person. We can end up having the freedom that we want. But what we very well might find is that on the other side of being single, we realize that it wasn't their fault, that we constructed this internal prison by our own design, and that now that we're empowered, we want that person back because we realize the ways that we did this to ourselves. Or another option is we end up getting into another relationship, missing that it wasn't the person outside of us, but that it was the way that we relate to the idea of relationship. And we put ourselves in the same box again and run into the exact same situation. So let's avoid that. Let's use this as an opportunity right now to transcend and complete this pattern in your life. Let's look at the box, the way of being that you've constructed based on your beliefs about who you think you need to be loved, based on who you think you need to be in order to stay in relationship with this person. And let's start to untangle that. And then let's see what happens. Let's see how the relationship organizes around that. So a couple ways that you can do this is start to look in your life, in your relationship currently. Ask yourself this question. Where am I honoring harmony over truth in my connection with this person? Where am I not speaking up for what I need? Where am I not revealing my authentic emotional experience to them? Where am I holding back truth? Where am I holding back reflection? Where am I being dishonest with myself? Where in this relationship might I be betraying what I need, or betraying what I need to be happy and to feel alive? You know, we can get into a relationship and it's a common pattern to let go of the things that used to make us really happy when we were single, like going out with some friends, or maybe it was a certain type of hobby or an activity. And suddenly we get kind of whisked away in the fatuation of the relationship, and we end up losing sight of those things that were self-sustaining pieces for happiness. Where have we done that? Where have you done that in your life? Now, the beautiful thing about asking these questions first and saying these are the more important questions to ask and to answer than should you break up or should you not, is that as you start to take action on these answers, as you start to step into your relationship with more loving, ferocious truth, with more expression, with more owning your needs, what you might find is that suddenly you're more attracted to the person because you realize they're stronger than you've thought. They're more accepting than you've thought. They're more in your corner supporting you than you thought. They're more willing to grow to that next level with you and provide a container for you to be your best self, and vice versa. Or alternatively, they can't come with you on this journey, and the relationship inevitably crumbles and falls away because it was set up and it's too fragile to actually join you on the journey of you coming into alignment. But either way, that question of should you stay or should you go will be no longer relevant, because the answer will be revealed naturally by you coming into deeper alignment with what you want, what makes you happy, and ultimately what is going to allow you to feel free in the relationship. So that's the invitation, is to turn inward. Let go of the pros and cons list that you may have been making about your partner, wondering what's going on with them, trying to change them. And instead, look to yourself and notice, where did the self-betrayal start? Where did the compromise start with me? Where am I not really being me? Where am I allowing fear of being judged, not accepted, unloved? Where am I letting that stop me from playing full out in my relationship? And when you do that, I can guarantee that you will start moving in a forward direction, regardless of what happens with your relationship. So try that out. If you're looking for some professional support and you'd like to engage with me in a one-on-one coaching dialogue to help you during this time, feel free to shoot me an email. My email is below in the description. If you like this video, comment on it, like it, subscribe to the channel for more insights on relationship and personal transformation.